Is my sound is audible to all of you? Okay, so let's become the root user using the command called sudo switch user root. Okay, and if you remember in the last class, what are the things we done? Okay, I don't have the history. Just give me a second. Okay, so I don't have the history for that. Anybody remember that lab 1 was completed, right? And we are in the process of starting the lab 2. Yes or no? That is the thing that I am recalling. Anybody can confirm? Is the lab 1 was completed or not? Like, have you shown you the VI editor, nano editor, all these things? Okay. Okay, then we are starting with the lab 2. Okay. So in the lab 2, the first thing what we are going to do is we are going to create 3 files quickly. File 1, file 2, file 3. So you know that we are going to use the touch command to create the empty file. Okay. And if you want to create multiple empty file, you can just write it in a single line. Okay. After giving the space, 3 files will be created like file 1, file 2, file 3. Okay. Now, if I want to create a directory is just like a folder. So if you want to create a directory in the Linux, then you have to use the command called mkdir. Mkdir full form is make directory. Okay, so if you want to create a directory, you have to use a command called mkdir. Now, if I want to create a directory with the name called directory1, so I will just press enter and you'll see that one directory got created. Okay, this is a folder. Similarly, if I want to create the multiple directory, I can just write the command like mkdir directory2 space again another directory name space another directory name like that way. Now you'll see total 3 directories are there, total 3 files are there. Okay, but now if somebody is going to ask you how you can differentiate that these 3 are the files, these 3 are the directory. Okay, so how you will be able to do so? Okay, and there is a command called ls is the command for normal listing, and ls-l, this was the command for the long listing. Okay, so if you know this, just give me a second. Okay, so these 3 are the directory, these 3 are the file. Can you tell me that by seeing this output, how you can able to guess that these are the files, these are the directory? Anybody? Any difference you are seeing between the file name and directory name? Okay, dash is file, D is for directory. Yes, that is the correct. So whatever the things we are seeing here, if the starting is D, that means it is a directory. If the starting is the dash, that means this is a file. So these things we have to keep in mind. Okay. So this is the thing that we created the 3 directory, we created the 3 files. Okay. Now if somebody after this we have to see the we have to see hidden files. Okay. So clear this all. So currently these many files are present. Okay. Take an example. I want to create a file and that file should be secret in nature. That means it should not be visible directly. Okay. So for that, you can just write the command called touch itself. Okay. And I want to create a file with the name called file4, but this file should be hidden in nature. That means it should not be visible to normal people. Okay. So you have to start this file with the name called dot. If you start any file with the name called dot, then when you will create this file is not going to be visible here. See, file4 is not visible, but that doesn't mean that file4 was not created. File4 is created, but how to see this? You have to use a command called ls-a. A is for all. You have to print all the things, and that's why they are printing it some hidden file also now. And see the dot file for that we created. That is also visible.
So if we
Similar.
if
Hmm.
sorry, so if we put a dot before the file name, then it becomes an hidden file.
Yeah, it becomes a hidden file. That's why when I written the ls-a command, all the files which are starting with the dot started to visualize. But if I type ls, nothing will be visible, which is starting with the dot.
Okay.
Similarly, if you want to create a directory also, and that should be hidden in nature, again give the name with the dot directory code like this way. And do ls, nothing will be visible. But if you do ls-a, so you'll see that dot active code is visible. Similarly, you want to see the detailed output, you can use the command called ls-l previously you are using. Okay. So it will just list the normal files. But if you want to see the hidden
Uh,
files also, yeah.
yep. I have one question. So in my office, my colleague uses ls minus lrt. So what does this for? Because I just remember now when you told me when you showed this ls minus l. So l is for long listing, but he used ls minus lrt. So can you if you
LRD.
t t for tree?
T.
Yeah.
Okay. So hmm, I
I think there's
think
no
okay.
difference.
No, see, there is difference. Everything has a difference. See, when I will teach you this thing, ls-help. Okay. So just come here, try to see.
Okay.
So if you'll see that whenever we are using the hyphen L option, first we are using the hyphen L option, right?
Yes.
So if you'll see here, hyphen L, this is for long listing format.
Long listing.
Okay. Now you are saying for R. R means it is reverse order. Okay. It will sort the file in the reverse order. That's why when we are printing that ls hyphen L, okay. So see, it is printing directory in the top and file at the last. Making
Okay.
sense? Okay, because D is going to come first and F is coming in the
Mm,
last in the
mm.
alphabetical order. If you want to print it in the reverse order, you have to use the R option. Okay, then say it is printing in the reverse order. D
Okay.
is coming in the.
Okay.
Okay, similarly, you said T, right?
Mm.
So a small t is for sort by modification time, newest first. Okay, so the file
Okay.
which is modified the newest time, that will be modified first. Okay.
Okay.
So basically when you are doing the RT, okay, that is meaning means you will be able to see the file, okay, which is modified last in the top actually. And that's why you're seeing this. Okay. So like this way you're saying. Actually the times are same itself because we created in the same minute. So it is
Mm.
not making that much sense, but let me just
Mm.
create one more file with the name called touch file 4 and now it will make sense. Okay, see file 4 is coming down. Getting it?
Okay.
Because we are sorting it at the time level. So you are
Mm.
seeing the older file first and later file the last one. That's why you are using the ls-lrt. Got it?
Okay.
So there are so many options we cannot remember, but you if you will see that you if you know the ls-help command and how to read this, you can easily find. And it is clearly saying that hyphen t is for sort by modification type. Newest is going to have first. And if somebody want the oldest at the top, they will simply use the R option together. Then it will print in the reverse order, right? So
Mm.
like this way we have to do it. Similarly, ls-l, it is listing the normal files. ls-el, that means it will list all the files including the hidden files. Okay, that is the thing. Got it? Similarly, if somebody want to sort it in the size format, okay, if you want to sort this, currently it is sort in the naming format. If you want to sort it in the size format, so you can simply use the option called hyphen capital S. So see, it's sorted in the size order. The file which is having the maximum size is at the top, list size is at the top. Making sense?
Yep.
Okay. Now, how to create directory inside directory? Okay, there can be a situation sometimes. Okay, you want to create multiple directory. Like usually, what we do is we create a directory 5. Inside that, I want to create another directory with the name called directory A. Okay, inside that, I want to create another directory with the name called directory B, something like that. So for that, you can simply write the command called mkdir. I want to create a directory with the name called directory 5. Inside that, I want to create one more directory with the name called directory A. Inside that, directory B. Inside that, directory C. Something like this. So when you want to create multiple directory inside directory in a single go, then you have to use the option called -p. Okay, P is for parent directory. That means we are creating a parent directory and then inside that we are creating the children of that. I'll press enter and see directory will be created. If I'll do ls, so we are seeing the directory 5, but where this directory A, directory B, directory C is present? Anybody can tell me? Like where these things are there?
So directory C will be in directory B will be in directory A,
Yeah,
and
so
then
like this way. So if I want to go inside the directory 5, we have to use the command called cd. Cd meaning is change directory. I want to
change.
change my directory. Okay. So before changing directory, let me just write a command called pwd. Pwd is for present working directory. This will tell you that currently at which location you are present. Okay. So currently I am present in the /home/ec2 user directory. Okay. If I want to go inside the directory 5, I will do the cd space directory 5. I came inside the directory 5, it is clearly visible. Even if you type the pwd command, it is saying you are came inside the directory 5. If I do ls, directory A is present. If I want to go inside this, I will do here. I will do ls. Directory B is visible. If I'll do pwd, we are inside the directory. Similarly, if I'll go inside directory B, I will go inside directory C, and you'll see that currently we are present inside the directory C, and after directory C, we did not created anything. That's why if I'll do ls, nothing will be there. It is empty. Okay. But we are present at which location? Inside the directory C. Again, you are present inside the directory C, but if I want to go again back to the directory B, what we have to do? We have to use the command called cd space dot dot. Dot dot means go to the previous directory or parent directory. Press enter, do pwd, I came to the directory B, again do cd dot dot, you will come to the directory A, again dot dot, you came to the directory 5, again dot dot, you will came to your original location, /home/ec2 user. We are created all this one. Okay, so pwd command, it will show you at which location currently you are present. Cd to change your directory. mkdir-p option, it will help you to create multiple directory in a single go. Any confusion in this three command? Anybody?
Oh,
Okay, then this pwd cd dot dot I shown you. This is the location currently we are present. Okay. Now let's create. We are created already a file with the name called file1. Okay. What I am going to do is. Okay, I am adding some content in the file. Okay, so this is file one. I am adding some content in the file one, and just I'm adding some normal content. Okay, so 5 lines I written. Simply save this file. Okay, uh, if I want to read the file, you know the command cat file1. It will read the file. Okay. Now, can you tell me if I want to copy the content of file one in the file two using the cat command? Anybody remember that? If I want to copy the content of file one to file two.
Greater than.
No, but what is the entire command like?
cat greater than
Cat greater than,
double
cat
greater than.
double greater than. You got the question. My question is, I want to copy the content of file one inside the file two. That is my goal. I don't want to add any extra line or something inside the file one. For that, it is double greater than like that, right?
Mm.
So see, the first thing what you will say, that cat command, you have to read which file. You'll be reading the file one, right?
Cat file 1
Then
greater
greater
than
than.
cat file
Yeah,
2.
yeah. Not cat file two, only file two,
Oh yeah,
right?
file 2.
So this was the command. Similarly, you can copy the content of file using the command called cp also. Simply you can do the cp copy file one inside the file two. That will also work. Okay. Press Y and it will be copied. Now you'll try to read the content of file two. It will have the exactly same content. So either you can use the cat command also to copy the thing, or you can use the copy command also. Okay. Copy command also can do like this also. Like if you want to copy this file to, I want to copy this file to, and I want to paste the content of file 2 inside the directory 1. Okay, I want to copy this file 2 and paste it inside the directory 1. I'll just press enter. I'll do ls, nothing happened. File 2 is still present here because we've done the copy. But if I'll go inside the directory 1, I will be able to see that file 2 is present. And the content of file 2 is also copied there, right? Because we copied the entire file 2. So copy command also help you to copy the file from one location to another location. That also you can do it. Similarly, if I want to come back to my parent directory, I can simply come back. So this was about the cp command. Similarly, there is a mv command. Mv command is move. Okay. Copy command, copy the file. Okay. From one location to another location. Move is basically it is going to move the file from one location to another location. Now, if I want to move this file to, I want to move this file to from here and I want to keep it inside the directory 2. In that case, what I have to do, I have to write the command called move file to the directory 2. I'll press enter, do ls, file 2 is not visible. Why? Because file 2 we moved it. Where we put it inside the directory 2. So if I'll come inside the directory 2, I will be able to see the file 2. Okay. That is meaning is we moved this file. mv command to move the content, cp command, it is copying the file. Is it fine? Now, all of you know about rename, right? How you can do the rename of a file or directory in the Windows. All of you are aware about that? Renaming. Anybody know that what is the command in the Linux to rename? No? Rename, all of you are understanding, right? Rename is changing the name. If file one name is file one. I want to rename it to the new file one. Okay. So rename specific rename command we don't have in the Linux. Okay. In the Linux, if you want to rename the file, mv command itself can help you. Okay. Simply you can write the command called mv. I want to move the command called file one. And what is the new name you want to give it to the file one? I want to give it as a new file one. Something like this. I'll press enter and what happened? They changed the name of the file one to the new file one. So mb command can also help you to rename the file also. Okay. Similarly, you can rename the directory also using the mb command. Just you have to give the directory name and then whatever the new directory name you want to give. Okay. So mb command can help you to move also and it can help you to rename also. Both the things are possible. Okay. Similarly, if you want to move, okay, if you want to move some file and you want to make it as a hidden file, that also you can do. Take an example, I want to move the file called file4 and I want to make it as a hidden file4, right? So you know that if I'll change the name of the file4 starting with the dot, then it will become the hidden file4, right? So I'll just write the command called mb file4.file4. Okay, and what is going to happen? A file is going to be changed. Now if I'll do ls, file4 will be not visible because this file4 become the hidden file. So like that way also we can do it. Okay, so just make sure that you can rename it in that way also. Similarly, if I want to delete the directory, okay, anybody didn't know the command to delete the directory? Anybody know the command to delete the directory? Okay, deleting the file, you remember? In the last class we talked about, right? Deleting the files. That also you don't remember? Okay, so deleting the directory, the command is rmdir. Rmdir meaning is remove the directory. And if I want to delete the directory 3, I will press enter. What will happen? Do ls, directory 3 got deleted. Okay. But now again, if I'm going to give the command called rmdir directory 1, what do you think? Is this directory is going to be deleted or it is going to give some error? Let us just tell yes or no for this. We done this for the directory 3. Directory 3 got deleted. Now tell me, if I'm going to hit this command for directory 1, will it be deleted or it is going to give some error?
It will be deleted.
Okay. You do know that in the difference between directory 3 and directory 1. Inside the directory 1, we moved
Yeah.
some file. Okay, there are some file present inside this. Okay. But directory 3 was empty in nature. Okay, since directory 3 was empty, it is deleted using the command called rmdir. But since this directory is not empty, so if I'm going to press enter, it is going to give the error. What? That directory is not empty. Because we have some content present inside this, right? So you cannot delete it using the rmdir command. It will fail. Okay. Now, better way to delete all the files and directory. Okay. You can prefer this way. You can write the command called rm. Okay. Rm command we are writing to delete the file 3 like file 3, but you know that if I write this way, then they are always going to ask that whether I want to remove the file or not. Okay, and that's why I said you that what you can do is you can write the command like this: rm hyphen v. V for print, that what are the files they are deleting, and f is for forcefully. And if I'll press enter, they will clearly say that they deleted the file 3. This was the command we are always using previously. Okay. Similarly, this command itself, you can use it to delete the directory also. Okay, simply you can write the command called rm hyphen vf, okay, to delete the directory 1. I'll press enter, they are going to give some error and they will say that you are trying to delete the directory. And this is a directory, so you cannot remove it. But still, if you want to do that, simply add a option called r. R option is basically help you to delete the directory also. This is basically the meaning of recursive. Okay. So what our option is going to do is they will first go inside the directory 1, and if any file is present inside the directory 1, they will try to delete it that one first. Okay, then they will try to delete the directory 1. That is the meaning here. Okay, so if I'll press enter and see what they done, they went inside the directory 1, they deleted the file 2, then they deleted the directory 1 also. Okay. Similarly, if you want to delete all the files present here, right? These three things, file and directory, all the three things I want to delete. So I can simply use the command called rm-rbf. Rather than mentioning the name, simply write the star. That means all the names that are visible. I'll press enter. They are going to delete everything. What they said, that first I went to the file 2, directory 2, and there I deleted the file 2, and then I deleted the directory 2 also. Similarly, inside the directory 5, I went and I deleted the directory C, then I deleted the directory B, then I deleted the directory A, and at last I deleted the directory 5. And the last one was a simple file itself, so I deleted the file directly. Okay. So rm-rbf command, this is the universal command. This will help you to delete the directory also and file also. If you give the file name, that will also be deleted. If you give the directory name, that will be also deleted. And if you are going to give the star, it is going to delete everything. Okay. So if you don't want to remember multiple command, simply use this command rm-rbf. It is going to work in case of directory also and in case of file also. Any confusion in this logic?
No, all good.
Okay. Now, again, since you deleted all the files, clear it all. I'm creating again a file 1. Okay. And inside this file 1, I'm writing some content from 1 to 30. Okay, so I'm writing the content from 1 to 30 like this. Okay. And simply I'm saving this file. Okay. Now, if somebody is saying me, can you read the content of file 1, cat file 1? So it is visible. 1 to 30, it is printing everything. There is no problem in this, right? But this is a bigger screen, right? So that's why they are able to print 1 to 30 in a single go. If I'll clear this and if I'll make it little bit smaller, okay, like this. And now if I'll try to hit the command called cat file 1, so see, it is printing from 8 to 30 here itself. I have to little bit scroll up here. Okay, then only I will be able to see from 1. Okay, that means they are not able to display the entire content in a single file. Even the size is going to be small and the file size is going to be more. Like currently only 30 lines are present, right? But then there can be a situation that 10,000 lines are written. So in that way, you cannot keep scrolling up like this way multiple times to reach the starting of the file, right? That doesn't make sense. And until and unless we are not reading the starting line of the file, okay, then we'll be not able to read the content, right? Like what is this file is all about, everything. Okay. So in that way, there are some commands which can help us. The first command is the list command. Take an example, our screen size is this much only. Okay, why I reduce the screen size? Because currently our content is only 30 lines. That's why. So if I do the command called less file 1, what is going to happen? They will display the content of file 1 only, right? But they are starting from 1. That means they are starting from the first line. And if somebody is reading the file from the first line, so you can easily understand, okay, what is all about this file about, right? So we are reading the content from 1 to 12. Once you read in these 12 lines, if you want to read the further line, you can press the space bar, the space bar. So now see, after 12, it is printing up to 24. If I'll press spacebar, they are printing up to 30. After 30, they are saying you reach to the end page. After that, nothing is written. So if you want to exit from this screen, you can simply press the Q for quit. That's it. Again, you want to read it, read the list file 1. Again, it will print from 1 to 12 like this way. Again, you reach to the last page, you can press Q. Okay. Similarly, there is the opposite of less command, that is the more command, more file. Okay. So here see 1 to 12 they are displaying and they are clearly saying currently you are reading the 33% of the content. Now you completed the 77% of content. Now you completed the last also. And as soon as you are reaching the last line, okay, so they are automatically exiting. Okay. In the list command, we have to manually press the Q button to come out. Okay. But in case of the more command, as soon as I am reaching at the down, automatically they are exiting. That is the difference between the list and more. Fine. Now, there can be a situation that you want to read some starting lines only. So you can simply use the command called head. Can you read the file 1? Okay, head command can also help you to read the file 1. The benefit of this command is it is going to read the starting 10 lines only. Okay, whenever you are using the head command to read the file 1, they will read starting 10 lines by default. Okay, so by seeing the starting 10 lines, you can guess the content. Okay, but take an example, somebody want to read the content, okay, and they want to read the starting 5 lines only. Then you can simply mention called -n. N is for number of lines, and I want to read the 5 lines. I will just press enter. They are just printing the 5 lines. If somebody want to print a starting 15 lines, you can press -n 15. They are printing the starting 15 lines. That also you can do. Okay. Similarly, opposite of head command is tail command. If you do the tail file 1, what it is going to do, it will print the last 10 lines. Last 10 lines they are printing. If somebody want to print last 2 lines, so you can simply write -n is equal to 2. They are printing last 2 lines. If you want to print last 12 lines, they are printing the last 2. So by default, they will print the 10 lines. But when you mention the number of lines, okay, either in the head command or tail command, they will display exactly that number of lines. Difference between more, less, head and tail is clear or confusing? Anybody? We saw 4 commands just now: more, less, head and tail. Head is starting 10 lines, tail last 10 lines. Okay, if you want to change the number of line, you have to specify -n. If anybody is facing any difficulty, you can ask. There is no problem in that. All good? Like in today's command, any question you have to ask, or in the last class questions, anybody you have to ask anything. All of you done the practice of the lab one, or still somebody have to start to set up the instance, everything, or anyone facing difficulty still in connecting the EC2 instance? Just say something, all of you. Have you started with the lab one or still to do?
All good. I don't have any, AWS. I have made the account, but I have one question that there are multiple directories which have same like touch or vi or cat. So can you tell me give us like more important commands which you use frequently, because like the purpose are more or less same with those commands.
Which one you're talking about? Creating the files?
Yeah, like all the commands, like cp, if, you can copy from cp command also, you can copy from other command also. So that's what I'm saying, that if it's
See,
very
it depends.
difficult to
No,
remember
no.
all the direct
See,
all
it is
the
not
commands.
like difficult to remember. See, copy command is a command that anybody can remember. Even if somebody is not knowing anything Linux, they will try to guess it. They can easily guess some command. Like cp can be a command, right? So nothing in that. But the benefit of using the cat command or the copy command, it depends on situation to situation. Okay. Take an example. We have a two files. Just try to think like this: file two and file three. So we have three files, two files currently, file two and file three. Okay. Now in the file two, you written some content. Okay, you written some content in the file two. Uh, Something like this. Okay, so I written this content. Okay, now if somebody is asking you that can you copy the content of file 2 inside the file 3? Now you can use both the command. You can use the cat command also and copy command also, right? Because this is a normal situation. I'm just asking you that you have to copy the content of file 2, file 3, right? So take an example, you use the cp command to copy the content of file 2 to file 3. It's your choice, you done that, cp command. No issue. And your goal was also completed, file 3 got copied. Okay. Now I am going to change this question. Okay. Previously I said you have to copy the content of file 2 to the file 3. Okay. So you've done that. Okay. Now I am saying you that copy the content of file 1 and that also you paste it inside the file 3. Will you able to do using the copy command? Just tell me. That means whatever the content is present inside the file 3, that should be present only. Okay. And you have to add the content of file 1 also inside the file 3. Are you getting the question? All
Yep.
of you? So will you able to do using the cp command? No, right? That is the limitation of the cp command. But using the cat command, we can easily do. Cat, you have to read the file 1 and whatever the things you are reading, just append it inside the file 3. That's it. Now you are going to see the file 3. You are able to see the previous content also and new content got added. So this is depends on situations or situation. Okay. I said it that command can help you to copy the content, right? That cp also can do, but cp have some limitation. Cat doesn't have that. Getting it? So
Yeah,
like
yeah.
this way you have to find. So these all things will comes with the practice. Okay. So once you will start to do the practice now, don't have to remember the commands also, because these all things we are going to repeat it so many times. Okay. Because this is currently just the Linux lecture. Even we are going with the Git practical, AWS practical, or take an example, the Jenkins practical, Ansible practical. All these things will be doing it on top of our Linux machine only, right? So all these commands will be keep repeating. Okay, so you don't have to even remember also. Just try to do the practice. First time, try to do the lab by seeing this. Okay, by seeing the screenshot, everything. Once you're comfortable with that, just whatever the commands you remember, just try to type it, right? Without seeing the lab files, everything. Then you can usually you will be able to practice. So there is no any problem in that. Okay. In the starting, you will feel because it is just the first or second lab you are doing. But yeah, just try to remember, okay? Because see, currently also, what are the commands we run? If somebody is saying you that you have to remember the command, just try to think now. What are the commands we saw? If you remember the less command, you will be easily able to remember the more command because this is just the opposite of that. If you remember the head command, you will remember the tail command because this is just the opposite of that. And if head command is printing the starting 10 lines, so anybody can think of that, okay, tail is opposite of that. That means it is going to print the last 10 lines. It is exactly like using the cat command. When we do the cat file too, they print like this. If I will oppose the cat command using the tag, so what it will do? It will print it in the reverse order. Okay, so all things are with the logical based only. It is not like they randomly take in the name and they are doing it. Okay, it is the logical based only. Every commands have some reverse of that help us. Okay, at any time you are facing difficulty, you can always use the command call hyphen hyphen help also. Okay, so there is no problem in that also. Just do the practical up to lab 5, whatever the lab 5 we completed. Okay, and you'll be comfortable in this, so there will be no any problem. Okay. So yeah, all of you try to complete lab 2. Okay. In the next class, we are going to start with the lab 3. Okay. And all of you try to join on time as today all of you join. Okay. So we can start on time. Okay. Thanks all of you. Have a nice day.